Hey guys, how's it going? Joelster here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, and this time we will be testing, putting side-by-side comparison the Samsung Q7FN 2018 4K HDR TV versus the Samsung KS8000, or in this case KS8500. It's another 4K HDR TV, but this one is from 2016. Both of these TVs have quantum dot technology. Both of these TVs are LED TVs. Both of these TVs look beautiful, but if you already have the KS8000, is it worth buying a brand new killer TV from this year? We'll find out in this video. We're gonna test movies, we're gonna test games, and I wanna show you the settings I'll be using for both of these TVs for movies in 4K with HDR, and also with games 4K with HDR. So sit back, relax, and let's do this. Alright guys, so let's start this video. Before I start, I'm gonna show you the settings that I'm using when I am gaming. So right here on my left, I have the Samsung KS8500 from 2016. On my right is the Q7 4K HDR from 2018. Both of these TVs are HD TVs. Both of them, they look beautiful. Both of them, they have quantum dot and HDR. So let's get right into the settings real quick. One thing I like about the KS is that everything is so much faster. I just turn right here, my press to the left, and the settings are right there. Over here on the Q7, I have to press it like about 5 times to reach to the settings. I'm using this game mode. Both of these are going to be using game mode. Okay, this is the lowest input lag you're going to find on these TVs, and that is probably the best choice to play your games. So right here I have the backlight all the way up to 50. Remember, this game has HDR, so when I'm using HDR, my backlight is all the way up to 50. Brightness, right here, everything is in the middle. Contrast, I have it all the way to 100 or 50 in the Q7. Sharpness, I have sharpness 10 on the Q7 and 20 on the KS. I did notice that the Q7 looked sharper than the KS when I have the KS in 0, so I increased it to 20. It worked. Kind of look better because I did notice that the Q7 looks, the image looks sharper, so I did that. Color is in the middle, everything is balanced. Right over here, we're going to jump into local dimming or smart LED. This one, both of them are high. And then we have contrast enhancer on the Q7. I have it on low, and on dynamic contrast, which is pretty much the same on the KS. This one is in the middle. Now, if you do increase to high, I did notice that you lose a lot of shadow details. So I lowered this one to medium, because if you do it, if you go down to low, it's a bit dimmer. So in other words, if you want to get brighter image, go to high, but you will lose some details. Trust me, I did see it compare. Now that I compare with the Q7, I can see how much details you do lose. And also some images, for example, the sun gets overblown. It's like you do lose a lot of details. So I lowered down to the medium level, and on the Q7 I don't have medium, I only have low and high, so I left it in low. If you turn it off, the image gets very dim, so I don't really like that. All right, let's continue with this. Color tone on the KS is in warm 1. Color tone on the Q7 is warm 1. Same thing. Gamma, I have gamma lowered to -1. Both of these TVs are edge-lit, so I try to decrease the gamma a little bit just so I don't get a lot of blooming. But this is optional. I feel like this works better for me right now, so I'm just gonna leave it at -1 on both of them. Okay, so and then color space is going to be in auto. Auto works great with HDR. Remember, if you don't have your TV professionally calibrated, always go for auto when using HDR for the most accurate color possible. Right, so let's jump into this game. Alright guys, so now let's jump into movies, how movies perform right here on both of these TVs. And I gotta say, both they look amazing, but I still feel like the Q7 has an advantage in color and contrast. But for movies, let's jump into the movie settings. First, we're gonna go into the settings. Then over here on the KS, we're going to exit game mode. Alright, so we're just gonna turn this one off. And that's it. It should be under movie. Now over here on the Q7, we have to go into the settings. We're gonna have to go into general, external device manager, game mode, and then turn off game mode right here. There you go. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, movie settings right here on the KS. And then we're gonna move into the Q7. Should be movie. Yes. There it is. So let's go into the expert. I know there's a lot of clicks on the Q7 to access those little details. But over here, this movie is a 4K with HDR. And let's go down into the settings. So the backlight is all the way up. You know, brightness is in the middle. Contrast is all the way up. Sharpness, I have 20 on the KS, 10 sharpness on the Q7. I feel like it looks good actually. Otherwise the image is going to look a bit soft. And then over here, digital clean view, both of them are going to be off. Auto motion plus, I have both of them on auto. You can adjust this depending on how you want the motion to be. I like it on auto, personal choice. Smart LED or local dimming, both of these ones I have it on high. And then contrast enhancer, I have it in low. And dynamic contrast, which is the same thing, I have it on medium. You notice our HDR settings are pretty much almost the same as my gaming settings, but when you choose movie mode, colors are more accurate to be more natural and more realistic. Over here we have color tone. Both of these ones, they have warm 1. Movie usually is recommended to use warm 2, but I don't like it too much. It's too yellowish for me. Both of these on the gamma, I have it on -1 as well. And color space, both of these ones are on auto, and that's it. Remember, use auto if your TV is not professionally calibrated. Just go for auto. Now let's get into and check out this movie. I'm going to show you a little bit of clips, but for the most part I just want to show you some pictures because I don't want to get into some trouble. Alright, so let's do this. Alright guys, so from what I see between these two TVs is better colors and contrast on the Q7FN over the KS8000, but not by much. It's very impressive how the KS has been able to stay relevant with newer models. Remember, both of these TVs are edge lit and have VA panels, so viewing angles are not that great and blooming is going to be present, but it is reduced on the Q7FN. Other advantages of the Q7 is a freezing feature, game motion plus with reduced input lag, and the ability to play with 1440p and 120 Hz of refresh rate. So if you're looking for those features, either the Q6FN or Q7FN are great options for you between the price range of $1,000 and $1,300. So that's it for me right now, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Jolster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Jolster out.